At times this season, the Philadelphia 76ers look like fire, capable of going toe-to-toe with some of the league's best teams. With Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons at their disposal, along with capable three-point shooters, the Sixers have shown flashes of being a force to be reckoned with, and at other times, well, they look like a discombobulated young team with serious flaws in the construction of its roster. Despite the lapses they display, the Sixers are still right in the thick of the playoff race. Currently, at 21-20, they hold a half-game advantage over the Detroit Pistons for the number 8 spot in the Eastern Conference, while they await the return of top overall pick Markelle Fultz, who has still yet to hit the court after being shut down earlier this season with a shoulder injury. The Sixers will continue to miss depth on the wing and a particular skill set that holds them back from winning games they seem to have locked up with double-digit leads. For all the greatness that is Embiid and all of the promise that is Simmons when the former isn't on the court, the latter struggles to shoulder the scoring load due to his inability to shoot jump shots. Initially, that's what Fultz was drafted for. A player that head coach Brett Brown has said many times before has the talent to tie everything together with the Sixers roster. What he means by that is Fultz represents a scorer from multiple levels of the court who forces the defense to lock in on, potentially leaving the team's shooters open on the wing without Fultz, and when Embiid is on the bench, the team lacks a player who can put the ball on the floor, create and knock down jumpers. Although long-term success is still very much the attention for Philadelphia, that doesn't discount the fact that a team that finished with 10 wins just 2 seasons ago is on the verge of making a playoff appearance for the first time since 2011-12 with a core of young, promising players. Because of that possibility and because of the clear holes in team's makeup that could prevent this from happening, the Sixers could become an interesting player at the trade deadline, especially considering the names that appear available. According to reports, it's no secret that Sixers president of basketball operations Brian Colangelo wants to keep financial flexibility heading into this summer. That's the main reason players like J.J. Redick and Amir Johnson were signed to one-year deals last offseason. Before the team has to start signing their own players to big extensions, the Sixers are in a unique position where they not only have elite homegrown talent, but the money to complement those players the best they can. Because of that, any deal that would return a player with money on the books past this season seems unlikely. That being said, it just so happens that 2 players potentially on the trading block right now fulfill the Sixers' most crucial need, and also aren't on the hook for money past this year. Mark Stein of the New York Times reported that Rodney Hood could be moved before the Feb. A trade deadline and that multiple teams are expressing interest in his services. Along with Hood, Stein also reported that Lou Williams, who's been the center of many trade talks around the league given his career year in impending free agent status, was involved in specific discussions that would send him to the Cleveland Cavaliers. What should intrigue the Sixers about these 2 players is not only their ability on the court but also their flexibility off of it. Let's start with Hood. Before the rise of Donovan Mitchell this season, Hood looked to be in a position to assume the role as a dominant scorer on the Utah Jazz following Gordon Hayward's departure. At just 25 years old and in the final year of his rookie contract, Hood may not be worth the price tag for Utah this summer considering they're fine with Mitchell. Should the Jazz actually move on from Hood, it's unclear what they would ask for in return at this point. Yes, Hood is an impending free agent which could diminish his value, but the team trading for him would assume his bird rights, therefore giving them a better shot at retaining him this summer should they choose to do so. The best part about his potential fit in Philadelphia is that he fits the timeline of the rebuild while also addressing a need in the present. Being just 25, Hood fits alongside the core of Embiid, Simmons, Fultz, Dario Saric and Robert Covington as a young player. If the Sixers were to miss out on whoever they were planning to target with their financial flexibility this summer, Hood would still be there to plug in for years with a contract extension, shooting 38% from beyond the arc this season. And displaying the track record of being able to fill up the score sheet, Hood could become the go-to scorer for Philadelphia when Embiid isn't on the court, or late in games when they need to stop an opposing team's run. While he appears to at least be on the table as of now, Hood is certainly worth checking in on from the Sixers' standpoint. Now, onto Williams. Drafted by Philadelphia all the back in 2005 with the 45th overall pick, Williams is enjoying the best season of his career for the Los Angeles Clippers. At 31, he doesn't represent the long-term upside that Hood does, but for the season alone, bringing Williams onto this current Sixers roster could be that extra jolt to get them cleanly into the postseason. Averaging 23 points per game and shooting 41% from downtown, Williams fits the role as an ISO scorer better than any player on the Sixers' current roster. Alongside Simmons and Embiid, Williams could assume the role Fultz was supposed to this season. Another interesting ripple to the potential Williams fit is that he was on the last Sixers roster to make the playoffs. Adding him to this roster would bring his career full circle this summer. Williams is most likely going to test the market, and given his age and potential price tag, he may not fit so well into the Sixers' plans moving forward. But with his history with the club and city, getting him on board for another playoff run with an exciting young team could arguably help in the negotiation process this offseason. Neither of these potential trades are slam dunks, and it remains to be seen if either player will even be moved. But for where the Sixers stand currently, coupled with their growing postseason expectations, checking in around the league on trade targets that can fulfill obvious needs should be at the forefront of Colangela's agenda for the next few weeks. G League Watch. 10-day contracts. Payton blocking out trade talk, believes Magic will turn it around. Dennis Chambers is an NBA writer in his first season with Basketball Insiders. Based out of Philadelphia, he has previously covered NCAA basketball and high school recruiting. NBA Daily. 3 teams treading water in the West. NBA Daily. Things to watch heading into trade season. NBA Daily. Are the Heat getting into the fray? Your email address will not be published. Required fields are marked. Comment, name, email, website.